Hello everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hi and welcome.
Hello everyone.
Enjoy 12 days of chess heaven at the Chessable Sunway Sieges International Chess Festival. Escape to the sun this December and take part in the spectacular Chessable Sunway Chess Festival situated in Sieges, near Barcelona. Play alongside top GMs including Ivanchuk, Isipenko, Adiban, and more. 10-round open tournaments with over 27,000 euros in prizes. Chess lectures from GMs most days, beer tasting plus sushi, pizza, paella, and cocktail masterclasses, World Cup watch parties, table tennis, table football, and blitz chess tournaments. Even better, Chessable Pro members play for free. You can find out more by going to Sunway Siege's website. Visit chessable.com/sunway.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Silecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable, take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
I'm ahead of the game. Well, the phone is always ringing. I'm caught up on the line. Got a string around my finger. Remember who am I? I'm a boss and I'm honestly off my rocker. But follow me. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. I'm only ever slinging. I'm working overtime. Got the song and I'm the singer. The melody, the vibe. I'm a prodigy. Logically, I'm impossibly wanted. Then they'll remember my name. They'll remember my name. Ooh, well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. Ooh, well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. Well, I'm ahead now. Well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game.
Welcome everybody.
My name is Jan Gustafsson, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Bolger.
You know what? I learned a lot.
Hello, everybody. We're back. Jan is wide awake. We're excited. Second semi-final.
Yes.
I've been joined by another special guest. It's mostly the same special guest.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, not very special by this point. I could have been a very special guest on this stream because I could have been in a different part of the screen right now. But the reason I basically joined this stream is just to nominate myself for the Chicken of the Week. I know it's not, my place to nominate, but I was offered a place in the semifinal and said no.
Wow, Daniel offered you to play?
Yeah.
Or Grisham?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I kind of thought, I gave him a very, sane and grown-up explanation for why I'm not doing it, but I'm giving you the real explanation here. Just nominate me.
All right.
Okay.
Should be doable. What is this line? They're playing the French. This is game one between Daniil Dubov and Alexander Grishuk. The winner will face Magnus Carlsen in the final for the unofficial title of prestigious MrDodgy World Champion. So it's a lot at stake.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Sacrifice a pawn.
And knight a4 seemed like a weird choice there, and particularly if you follow it up with bishop b2, because he could have started with bishop b2. And then chose what to do after.
In his defense, it's the first computer line. Computer says white is better, but still, widow.
Yeah, you can
so
never
just want c4.
Yeah, it's already on. Yeah, he's already driven that bishop to a7.
Oh. Computer no longer on his side. Computer was happy until here, but I wanted to keep the tension, which I guess makes some sense, not to commit to c5.
Yeah, it's such a strange position. But the pawn on e4 will be difficult to win back if black plays kind of properly. And the bishop, you assume, eventually comes back somehow.
Yeah. Mr. Grishuk thinking about it.
Yeah, I think b5 is... The machine actually prefers b6 to b5, but b5 seems very, very logical right now because you just trade the d4 pawn for the e4 pawn, and we can take on... actually, it doesn't like knight d4 here very much. I thought that would be very logical, but there it starts liking white again. It thinks bishop b7 here is strong, though.
Just to keep the bishop locked up. Daniel expertly gave Sasha something to think about.
Who's going to win this match?
Are you asking who, or are you saying Daniel's going to win? You say who's going to win?
Who's going to win?
Okay. I'm not sure.
Friendship. Friendship will be the winner.
No.
Why? How could friendship win?
No,
Dubov's going to win.
Yeah, it feels like the feint with the tagging out must make him a favorite.
I want to see him wear the mask in the final against Magnus.
Yeah, that would be excellent if he actually did that.
B5 on the board.
Yeah.
CB probably just solves all black problems.
Yeah, CB never happens. Yeah, there's no way you play CB here. You play knight c3 and you take it from there. Yeah. Knight takes d4 played, which I thought was the most human reaction, but the engine is not in love with it. Says the bishop on a7 is very stupid and the bishop on b2 now is quite active. So
why wouldn't the engine like the human reaction?
We haven't taught it yet, I think.
Sure.
The machine hasn't learned enough.
I watched that movie Ex Machina. It seemed pretty convincing.
Yeah, I just read a thread on the topic of machine learning, which was also quite skeptical of the implementation of that in some areas of human endeavor.
See, Dodgy, I told you this. Whenever I bring up anything I watched, Peter will instantly reply, I actually read something. I can read.
Well, I mean, if you count, reading Twitter as reading, I can definitely read. That's all I do.
I have to count Twitter as reading because it's pretty much all the reading I do. So
you do.
We've got to count it. I do a lot, yeah.
So how do you take on d4? Probably bishop. We're pawn down. Well, we exchange queens. It's the human reaction.
Yes.
Here he goes.
It's the human condition.
And a 6 back. Seems a bit slow. He could have developed.
No, this definitely looks like white has very solid compensation now, because without c6, you can't really bring that bishop in. And when you play c6, you give yourself a very serious weakness on the g6 square. So
it's a real pickle.
Conundrum.
Should e5.
Yeah, played with the intention of actually trading that bad bishop, but ensuring the knight sticks on d6, which you can relate to, I guess. Yeah.
Looks fine for black, though. Everything comes out. You go f6, you have a pawn. How bad?
You're probably not much better, but you shouldn't be in any trouble at all. At least, yeah.
Both sides with irresponsible clock management. I like it. This is going to be fun. On to a4. Is Grishuk actually a slow blitz player? He's not, right? He only does this in tournament games until he has 5 minutes. But in blitz, he's fast, right?
He's been fast in this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Like yesterday, he was much faster than this.
Yeah. And I don't mean like speed in the last 10 seconds, but I think he keeps a decent pace usually.
Yeah.
Yesterday, his time management, I thought, was stellar until, until very late in the game sometimes, but even then. This has gone unwell for...
Yeah, this A file doesn't look...
Yeah, Rook A1, Rook EA1 on the previous move maybe was even stronger because Rook A7 was such a horrible threat with the knight on E7 unprotected. This is still good, but...
In a blitz game, I thought...
Rook takes C6 here. This is amazing. Rook C6, Queen 6, Rook A6. Do you see it? Do you see it in the blitz game, though?
I don't, but...
Yeah, I don't think anybody does, yeah. And this is an actual smothered mate.
This is beautiful.
Yeah. I'm obviously reading the first line off of Jan's screen. I'm not finding this in a blitz game either. It's just...
Again with the reading. We got it.
Yeah. Very fair. Yeah, and having passed for a couple of moves, white is now in trouble because black somehow managed to generate a lot of threats.
He doesn't go f3, he goes f3.
Yeah,
also
f3 is
good.
Also very strong. Yeah, it seems like black is just faster now because the
Not sure you play knight f4.
Yeah, but even queen g4 is incredibly strong. You don't need to see knight f4. This is good enough. The important bit is having the g7 pawn protected so that rook a7 doesn't create a threat. And yeah, this is just mate.
This is checkmate.
This is just mate, yeah.
1-0.
Yeah, 1-0 for Sasha.
He's lifting his shirt in somewhat premature celebration.
He will get fined.
What are the rules for shirt lifting?
Encouraged. Well, he might get a bonus.
Ooh.
I think it's probably what the people want. So
yeah, people have encouraged people to take their shirts off on stream for a very, very long time. Specifically, I mean, one specific shirt, actually. There is one specific shirt on Twitch which people constantly beg to be removed.
This is Twitch. I thought we were talking other websites.
No, it's specifically a Twitch phenomenon. It hasn't happened yet in about 7 years, but maybe one day.
What shirt is that?
Dogs.
Dog's shirt?
Yeah.
The dogs wear shirts?
This particular dog does, yes.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sure our very young, hip, tuned-in audience will get the reference.
So there's nothing cryptic about it.
Huh? So people want dog's shirt off.
Yes.
Right.
I mean,
This might have seen before.
He is a very handsome man, so why wouldn't they?
MrDodgy is your friend. Like, I can't keep this conversation.
Nah, I don't know what he talks about with these streamer guys. I don't.
Okay.
I don't follow.
No. Are they on Twitter?
Maybe it's a cricket thing. I don't.
No, it's
probably
not.
a cricket or something from a book.
Yeah, a book about cricket, possibly.
Is this Magnus against Ding versus Magnus line? That's the line, right? C6, Rook C8, and more 6 stuff. I think so.
Plenty of games from here, yeah. Yeah, this is still the Ding versus Magnus game.
The stem game,
yeah. Also, Firouzja versus Nihal in the Grand Swiss, and some other very notable games, yeah. Maksud Lubgukesh, Gelfand Deak.
Yeah, this line is a bit back after people realized forcing a draw after bishop b7 here, pawn down is not that much fun. So they're back to this very strange looking stuff where Black is also trying to force a draw, but in a more enterprising fashion. Knight c5, rook d1, I think is how it begins, or c7 first, and the board shall burn.
Yeah. It's a very strange position because it does look like, you know, Black is very much teetering on the verge of complete disaster because the c pawn is not that easy to win, and it often actually sticks on c7 for a while and costs Black an exchange, maybe even in some lines, but somehow the piece activity is supposed to compensate for it.
Neil probably knows, and I guess so does Grishuk. He's just trying to recall what the mover is and so on. H4 was one of the critical moves that I also recall, so yeah, he clearly is no stranger to this position. Yeah, just stopping g5, like you want to go knight d2. G5 is often there.
Yeah, this is still following some games. Boris played this against Deak. Rasmus Svane had this against Tiger. So, yeah. Still pretty topical.
Is that an actual Tiger? Is he being asked to take his shirt off?
I don't know. All things are possible. I mean, it is obviously an actual Tiger, the Tiger. The one and only.
One from Life of Pi?
One from Sweden. Don't say not familiar. Come on. There's only one real. I mean, it's maybe a bit of a strong statement, but there's only one Tiger in my heart, and that's Tiger Hiller person.
Also the only Grandmaster Tiger, I would guess.
Probably, yeah.
D3.
Yeah, this is going in very weird directions. Because bishop f3 wasn't really prescribed, and
it's a big old mess. But now d4, while it's still 2 pawns up, and it's no obvious breakthrough, is there?
Yeah, I guess I thought this is what he wants, but after queen e4, he doesn't actually have a good follow-up.
You want this, but everything is more or less covered, isn't it?
Yeah, the problem is d1 is protected twice, so this tactic doesn't work. And yeah, he ends up taking on f3, but now he's 2 pawns down, and if he could play queen c7, maybe it would have been like borderline playable, but queen 7, rook d7, you resign on the spot, so... Yeah, it feels like Sasha's better again. Shot fire a tiger from Madras. And yeah, this is why I stopped myself when I started the sentence about there being only one tiger in the chess world. Only one grandmaster actually called tiger, but yeah, tiger from Madras has to be in.
No, but you made it clear because you said there's only one tiger in your heart because you can't stand Vichy. So that I think you hatched beautifully.
Yes, that is actually exactly how the equation went in my.
Oh, it's not checkmate yet.
It's not checkmate, but you are going to be in trouble.
And Grishuk also looks confused. He thought it was checkmate. Now he's very confused. But he can take a 92. There's no need to panic. Does take.
And does play 92. Yeah, those
panic over.
Yeah, and Queen B2 Rook B1 is I'm guessing the somewhat important bit, because then you win an important tempo and you start picking up stuff. You can maybe even take on before next move, using the fact that G7 is unprotected. Like Queen C3. Yeah. Go before, I don't know.
Daniil, way up on the clock. I guess you try Rook F8, see where it leads us.
Mm-hmm.
Knight C4 then is not the most obvious move. Maybe now that he had a minute to think about it, he's seen it. But
yeah, and if not Knight C4, White is actually only better, not winning. Yeah, if you do anything else, the game kind of restarts.
Bishop looks focused though. Let's not forget this is a 3-time Blitz world champion.
Yeah, but he's a 3+2 world champion.
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. When he was won first, they didn't play 5-0.
Yeah, Rishon.
He won with 5-0.
Yeah, Rishon may have been 5-0. I played it, but I don't remember. But I get the feeling it probably was. Yeah. It's still a very.
Oh, how do you cover G7?
You don't,
right?
You just resign, yeah.
There's no square.
Queen E7, he was supposed to go into endgames, and the engine wasn't even saying the endgames are so bad, but yeah, instead he's gone for this, and now the game is pretty much over.
2-0. This is the decisive game now, according to MrDodgy. If someone goes up 3-0, it's over.
Mm-hmm. No one comes back.
And we'll end the show with 3-0. This is a nice little line because you're trying to transpose to this stuff, which is a good line, but you're avoiding the V-naver with your move order. So it's a cute little trick. See a bishop B4 makes less sense. Go A3 or something. And here we are. Bishop seems serious about his French, though. He's booked up in all these dodgy sidelines.
Yeah, definitely appears to be using the French as his main weapon today. Dubov playing 1e4 in every game is a bit of a surprise now.
No, he does that.
Well, he does anything. I mean, he can absolutely play whatever he likes. Knows everything, but
all right, I just have to fact check you. It wasn't 5+0.
It wasn't?
It was 4+2.
Yeah, they had 4+2 in the old days.
Yeah.
Please, no more fact checking.
No, we need fact checkers. We can't have this misinformation spread on the internet.
Absolutely not.
Starts with time controls, it ends with.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope right there.
We can just vote what time control they played. Vox Populus, Vox Dei.
Yes.
There was 1 year where they played 5-0. Dominguez won because everybody else lost on time. And Dominguez, he knew that you get no increment. I think it was somewhere thrown in the middle of all these 4+2 travesties.
Yeah.
So that's the one Grishuk needed to win.
Yeah. What's going on here? Bishop f4. It's a mess you can't take because of the...
Yeah, knight fg5 looks a lot more logical, but is in fact not a good move if you listen to the heartless machine. Yeah.
He listens.
Hmm.
Why is this? Now h6 is coming over.
Yeah, I'm guessing h6 is just a major threat.
Yep. Shook. Doesn't look happy. His position is pretty good. And he's up to 0.
I think he's okay with things so far.
Yeah, maybe you should have been tagged in. I think you've been doing at least as well here.
Looks like Daniel had a reason to look for a champion to fight for him.
Yeah, I'm your what's the
Prince Oberyn.
yeah, I was yeah. Rather hoping for the mountain vibes, but
you want to be the mountain instead? You can be the mountain. I'd rather be Prince Oberyn, but up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it ends well either way. So
sure. Yeah, I'll have 2 chickens.
I guess the hound is a sweet spot. Queen a4. h6 still pretty good. He wants bishop f4 and then jump around. Doesn't work according to...
Yeah, bishop c7 is actually trickier, but even against bishop c7 they find something, because you capture that queen on b6.
But here somehow... we can just... no, they have queen b7, okay.
Yeah, but the line just continues. It just goes like a6 or something and says black is better. It's just ridiculous.
This is not so easy to anticipate, I would argue.
Not at all, no.
You need to spot this, for example. There's also bishop d6, but yeah, it's an easier position to play with the computer, I would say.
Yeah.
Unlike most positions. Do we have information in which part of the world Daniel is currently living in a hotel? White Lotus style? Because no answer would surprise me particularly.
I mean, we do, but...
It's not public?
I'm not sure how public it is, yeah.
All right. Private hotel.
Yes.
I didn't get to question Jordan yesterday about where he was.
Where was he?
I heard he was in Monaco.
Oh.
Very suspicious.
Terribly suspicious. Why would he be in Monaco? Is the women's candidates tournament there?
No, there was a women's, I think, Small Nations Cup was there.
Women's Small Nations Cup in Monaco. And Jordan is there?
He was there. Apparently he's no longer there.
Okay, he was there.
Apparently. I don't know. It's not an entirely reliable source, so who knows. But...
So it was a kind of
sounds true. Well, what teams were playing in the Women's Small Nation Cup?
It's an individual tournament.
What players were playing in the women? Why is the Women's Small Nation Cup an individual tournament?
Because there's one person from each small nation. It's like the national.
Also, yeah, I would like to know what qualifies for us as a small nation.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Monaco?
Yeah, Monaco definitely does qualify, yeah. I get the feeling that I should probably leave before the interviews because Daniel probably will be flaming me quite.
You don't think that's what he's trying to
do? He's doing it now, but he's not on air. So we can pretend that's not what's going on.
It's a silent protest, clearly. Knight g7, king e7. So Small Nations Cup, Liechtenstein?
Yeah.
Okay.
Luxembourg?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't recognize the 3-letter codes. Okay, we've got Monaco.
Okay.
Andorra.
Okay.
Guernsey.
He just resigns, yeah, and
Jersey,
looks
Cyprus.
Missing some pieces.
More Monaco. Malta.
Yeah, no.
Liechtenstein.
They should invite some big nations to make this more fun.
And San Marino.
San Marino. Okay. We still don't know. Daniel is giving up some space here.
and also some time, yeah. He is behind on the space-time continuum.
When you said he was ahead on the clock. It's, I would say, a provocative choice. But obviously here the best move is knight g1, which I'm not sure will happen. Knight e4 was. No more knight g1. Now you can just take bishop g2 and be better. That will probably happen.
Yeah, it could still become a bit messy, but in general, yeah, you probably aren't supposed to give up control over the center to such a degree.
It's 3-0. The match is over. We've established that on a previous show. 2-0 is okay, but 3-0 is too much.
Yeah, it's over. I'm going to go make the trailer for tomorrow, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, please in the future have less one-sided semifinals. If one player is not feeling well and he's trying to be replaced, then force his replacement to play.
No, it's up to the players. This is a test of their friendship and negotiation skills.
Okay. So,
like, I got to invite everybody the first time. I'm not inviting another 32 players. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's fair. But if it's a test of their friendship and negotiation skills, basically means nobody gets any replacements.
Yeah, that's although we did have one replacement. So basically we have one friendship in the chess world confirmed.
Yeah. Howell Carlson.
Yeah, the bond that cannot be broken or equaled, or basically it's a bond.
Also, if you're gonna befriend somebody to replace it, makes sense to pick Magnus.
Yeah, it's a good choice.
It's another completely horrible position for Black, especially if you go h5. No,
yeah, h5 is
weaken stuff. Like, ugh.
Yeah. If you value your life and your reason, stay away from the Moors. h5 was a very strange choice there. Just play, I don't know, d6 or
d6
f6
or f6 and pray, and it's probably bad, but at least.
Yeah, giving up bishop g5 with it, like, feels like with the tempo is just never going to be good.
Yeah, because now f6, bishop f4, queen c2 would come. Ugh. But once again, we can't blame Daniel. He tried to get out of it. He made the semifinals in arguably the most prestigious tournament organized by Dodgy all year. He's going to be happy with himself.
Yeah. He is a picture of a man who is happy right now.
But he's not going to get a picture of a man who's very uncomfortable.
Oh, probably not, yeah.
Which... I wasn't uncomfortable on that horse. I was very comfortable.
No? Okay. I haven't seen the picture. I never won.
Yeah, very few people have actually seen the picture.
Still such a disgusting position, because every pawn move weakens your structure. d6, knight d4, f5 kills this square back. Ugh.
Yuck.
Maybe yuck is a good term.
Yuck is very appropriate here.
Grishuk, all business. He might go up 4-0. That's, I think, the single biggest lead we've had in the tournament. I don't think it has been any bigger leads. d6 on the board. Just giving chat time to pay. Well, actually, Magnus won 7-0.
He was also 4-0 earlier today.
That's another. Yes, actually. Queen c2. What a horrible position. You feel like resigning just here. Might not be too bad, but resigns feels correct. 94 also looks nice.
Resigns feels excellent in most cases. Yeah, this is well established.
Apparently, you don't go queen c2 to provoke f5. So then d4 or something. Just go queen d2. But there's no immediate breakthrough, I guess. Is there still hope for Mr. Dubov, former rapid world champion?
Nah.
Yeah, knight e6, the most obvious move in the position, and
is it
severely disliked? So much, yeah, severely disliked by engines, which I think is a good indication of just how good the position was. If this is not that great, it actually does give black some chances to, set up some kind of a defense. I wouldn't have been hiring with it. Yeah, you could have definitely held it in reserve and continued.
Not that he's lost now, but
yeah, he's still better, but
black now has some easier moves to make, at least queen somewhere, rook e8, I hope. Yeah, he's just gonna go g4 and checkmate.
It feels appropriate because if you give black some time to play, like, I don't know, queen somewhere, rook e8, and start digging in, it becomes a bit tricky.
Yeah, but he lost the first 3, so you can't come back from it.
No, it's very difficult.
It's never been done.
Have people come back from a 2-0 deficit in the history of the MDI?
Nah.
Then I'm not sure why game 3 is so important. Ralph was down a lot yesterday, and he almost came back.
Yeah, almost.
It's true. Doesn't count. The good news for white is he's still incredibly solid. There's not really anything black can do either, right? You can.
F4 is an interesting choice though, because I mean it's very solid, but also you've severely cut down on the number of things you could do on the king side. So I'm guessing now the winning plan, if there is one, includes like b3, a3, b4, c5, opening something in the center. But even if you get all that, I'm not sure what you even achieve. Yeah.
Also, with 38 seconds, I guess the plan is to make moves very quickly and maybe be okay with a draw here. Not sure how you get it, but you want to speed up.
Yeah, no, this is clearly a rook a5 now. I guess it was the point of this operation. Yeah, the queen pro. Yeah, f6 is a kind of a scary square.
It's a nice little square.
But then maybe you don't actually threaten very much because
you need some time to prepare g4, but you don't really have time on the clock to think about these operations even. And also fg with the rook here.
Yeah.
b4, he's going for breakthroughs.
Okay, I've done the research now.
Okay.
Nice.
David Howell started off with 2 wins against Vidit and then lost. So Vidit came back from 2-0 down, and also someone else that I've lost.
That's solid research.
Navarra. Navarra was 2-0 down against Ariban.
That's draw. Grishuk got the draw, which I guess is a good practical decision. He was behind on the clock, and there's no obvious breaks. So he's up 3.5, and Daniel is saying, okay, no more nonsense. Let's play the Catalan.
Also,
A6, rook d1.
Daniel was down 3-1 last year against Fresnay.
Oof.
He came back. So it's not 3.5 to a half, but it's close.
It's very close.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't Grishuk, it was Fressinet. Also close.
Yep.
They both played in Mind Games 2012. We know what happened.
Do we?
I think people know. Grishuk, Nakamura, Gayakin, Giri.
Anyone else?
It was a tough field. Kawana, Kamsky.
Hmm. Can you actually name the entire field, or?
I've never looked at the results of that tournament. This is all just stuff I've been told once or twice.
In the meantime, a very kind of a Dubovian Catalan on the board here with
One down,
white.
some play.
Yeah, there's always some play for it, but I find it very difficult to judge when it's enough and when it isn't. Apart from some like really clear-cut cases. Occasionally things go so well for white that you have just absolutely no question whatsoever, but in the more complicated positions, I just never know how to assess them.
I guess it's normally equal, and then depending on your temper, you can either say white's pieces have more stuff, or black has a pawn up and white has the onus to prove something. Daniil clearly enjoys the white side of these things.
And it also obviously suits him very well, you know, considering he's trailing. So a sharp, non-theoretical position with unclear play is exactly what he needs right now. But
thought winning out of the opening or a big edge would be even better than a sharp unclear position. But
yeah, but you can't really get those very often.
Why not? Grishuk plays the French.
Ah, that is a very fair point, actually. Yeah, when your opponent seems very insistent on playing the French.
I'm surprised about Queen E7. Usually, I thought you would grab the chance to go A5 here.
I guess he didn't like the fact that after Rook GA1, you have to make some uncomfortable moves.
Yeah, even C6 if we need to. But yeah, maybe then. He didn't want the horsey.
Yeah, the engine does go A5 and then just doesn't protect it at all, which is
that's too deep.
The engine way, but that's not easy. Yeah, that's not easy.
A5, H6 also makes a lot of sense once you see it as usual, but not easy to think of. But here,
you have C5, Rook B5, Bishop A6, which is very strong.
Yeah, computer's good. Anyway, now it's probably more than compensation. If you get this before, this is very unpleasant.
And this is one of the positions where you kind of know that you're doing well. The question is how well.
I'll excuse myself for a second. You have auto update on. We're not moving the piece anyway, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, a bit of a pause here for Daniel, because I think maybe you start by just wanting to play Rook C3, attacking the C7 pawn and asking an uncomfortable question, because as we've described, playing C6 is pretty much never a good idea here for black. Both the ideas of E5 and knight E4 become very strong, and also just blunting that bishop on B7 even further feels ugly, but black probably has ways of ignoring that threat. So he ends up playing Queen C3, which is a nice kind of a solid move. It also, I think, probably was, at least in part, justified by his desire to disincentivize the C6E5, which is maybe the only pawn break black has in this position. Which in fact is playable even now, despite it seemingly losing that pawn on the way immediately. I think black would very much like some kind of a position where you can play E5 force white to take on e5 and then try to push c7, c5 as early as possible. So I think Sasha is probably debating playing it.
Does it lose the pawn?
Well, I mean, you can hold on to it, but that would allow black to play c5, which is probably just horrible, which is why the engine actually just returns it straight away. The fight's very, very hard against c5 being playable. The main line right now, since we can't move the pieces, I will just tell the viewers that the main line right now is e5, d5, knight g4, and just e5, e6, straight up, just returning it immediately and playing knight b3 next move, just to make sure that c7, c5 is as difficult to play as possible. Why is Grishuk referred to as Sasha? Is it a nickname or a shortened version of Alexander? His nickname, his name was called Sasha, and he was going to every tournament with it. Yeah, that's a very nice throwback to the Alekhine cat, who wasn't actually called Sasha, but I still like the throwback. I used to know what it was called, but I can't remember.
Wasn't it called like Chess or something?
Yeah, it was called, I think, yeah, it was actually just legit called Chess, yeah, which is a really horrible name for a cat.
Yeah, you could call it like Horsey.
Yeah. Why, yeah. I once knew a cat which was named Dog. Even that, I think, is a better name than Chess. In fact, it was a very nice name and a very nice cat.
Did this cat wear a shirt or?
No.
No?
No. I like the owner as well. Yeah. Best position by far that Daniel has had in this match. White is pretty much in complete control with the bishop on e8 still entirely out of the game. Machine was suggesting bishop h3 was just straight up winning on the previous move, but even without bishop h3, White is just doing really, really well. And on a slightly more serious note, I actually had to look up why Alexander is being shortened to Sasha, and it has been like for ages and ages, but it wasn't even, for me as a native speaker, it wasn't at all obvious why that was. But apparently it goes Alexander, and then not a diminutive, but a kind of a pet name for Alexanders would be Alexasha, which is a bit unthinkable right now, but I will, put it on faith that this existed at some point. And then Alexasha just got the entire first part of it lopped off. And that's how it went from Alexander to Sasha.
That makes sense.
No, not really, but that's what the Wikipedia says, or whichever source I check.
So it's not the Russian word for time trouble. Because that's what I've been telling people for years. But
yeah, this has become a bit of a mess now. Again, yeah, d5, rook d3. Sasha's just fine again. Weirdly, because he has bishop takes e4 just wins now for Grishuk. It's the only move that works, but it just straight up wins because there's a threat of, and he finds it on 27 seconds. Yeah, things are just collapsing for Daniel because he was about to bring it back to -2 only, which is not great, but kind of manageable. But now he just gets mated. I assume 24 seconds is probably enough here because queen h4 is unstoppable, and then you just start giving checks, and all of your checks are borderline lethal. Yeah, even here you just go queen h4, you have king h8, although it doesn't really matter where. fe is not horrible, but you could have ignored it. Yeah, this is a good practical choice by Dubov though, because while still completely winning it, at least
queen c8
now. Queen c8 now. He didn't see it.
But that's not enough time.
And he's
now it's enough time.
Rook h1. Rook h1 is the only winning move here, but
spotted.
Yeah, and now queen h1, unfortunately for Sasha, just gets mated by queen f5, which is why he's not mated, but you mate-ish, yeah.
Not a lot of time for either side.
Yeah, this is kind of touch and go.
Checkmate. Nicely done.
Very nicely done, considering this was done on 3 seconds. So this is 3.5, 1.5. So then the match is becoming closer. And I think Daniel will be cheered by getting through that game.
Slightly.
Ever so slightly, yeah. Offering Sasha a mouth-watering choice of playing the symmetrical G3 Grunfeld, to which he says no. I mean, it's still on the board, still on the table. The option still very much exists. Yeah, you do play B3
but
here.
now 94, and you still have to.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't go 94. That's surprising. This is supposed to be a better version.
Yeah, it's not very much, but it's definitely supposed to be a little bit better. Yeah.
Still, very sturdy construction for black, of course. Not like it's lost. But with bishops.
Oh. Yeah, it's a kind of a reti now, where, yeah, this approach to, like, with the inclusion of CD5, it has been known for years to be very, very equal. With the c-pawn still on the board, it's supposed to give white some pull, but yeah. People who play this structure as well with black, I think, generally are not very upset about the prospect.
Daniel's playing it quickly, at least, which is also good.
For you, Jan, because I think you have a lot more pedigree in these types of structures than I do. Would you spend like 2 tempi here provoking G3, G4? Like, do you ever play knight?
How do you do it? 98, I might
Yeah.
go knight C3, maybe, no? Like,
yeah, maybe, yeah.
I'm not even sure that gets the job done. I also think, no, I don't think D4 is such a big concession, unless you really want to play F5, but yeah, he plays H5, which is much more in his style, and apparently also a better move, at least. No, maybe knight H7, you can do something constructive one day while offering the trade.
Yeah, and that move that you mentioned, the idea of playing F5, it definitely does happen. Like, if you do provoke D4, like, there is a bunch of games by like Kamsky or honestly, the name Kamsky always comes up sort of first in my mind when I see these types of like Schlechter adjacent structures. But this particular idea of just playing F5 and starting very serious counterplay on the king side has been done by everybody and their dog by this point.
Shirtless? I don't know. I like white's position. Bishops. I'm a simple man. MrDodgy, what time is the finals? Is that officially known or unofficially known?
It's not officially or unofficially known.
Excellent.
I guess
tomorrow.
I guess if it's Sasha, it's going to be at this time, 8 p.m.
Or at least it will be attempted this time.
Yeah.
But since it has been well covered, even on this stream, that you can't really make Magnus do anything. It can't be like, it could be one of those, immovable object meets irresistible force type things.
Sasha has the option to nominate anybody else who can play it in earlier time. It's not like he's committed to that time.
Immovable object against irresistible children.
Yeah, that as well.
I think we
are going to see that structure now, very likely. Because you do need to play F5 to have the E4 square for your knights in the future and just generally stop E3, E4 from happening. And it is a very logical continuation.
But also, Magnus has the chance to tag David back in as well.
That'd be a smart play.
Whoa.
Queen
not the move I expected, yeah.
Sort of asking for bishop G2, knight F3, or E4.
Or E4, yeah. Yeah, Sasha goes with the other direction.
That's logical. It will take a while to create some targets here. But according to Compy, now there's some counterplay. We shall find out. Who are we rooting for? Dodgy, who are you rooting for?
I can't pick between these two. It's too hard.
You said that before. Looks like you're pretending to strongly root for somebody in every match, but then you really aren't.
Nah, I was rooting for Sam earlier.
Sure.
I have to root for the underdog, but I don't think there's an underdog in this match.
Huh.
But I guess it's Daniel now. So
Yeah, you've in terms of the spectacle being more compelling. In this stretch, you have to root for Daniel to make it.
So we root for Daniel now, and then once the score is even, we switch to Grishuk.
Yeah, because the momentum will be with Daniel, so Grishuk will be the underdog.
I'm being nominated for Chicken of the Week.
Yeah, rightly so.
It's unfair.
Life is unfair, though.
Peter nominated himself, though. I forgot why. Because he's not playing.
Yeah, because I had the chance to actually, for once in my life, play in the semifinals of the most prestigious invitational in the world. And
you might get another chance tomorrow.
There will be a final.
Play in the semifinals?
There will be a final, so no, actually, I will not have another chance tomorrow.
How would you feel if you got tagged in for the final and you won? Would you feel like you deserved it?
Oh, yes. I would be the most deserved winner.
That's what Karpov said as well.
Yes.
To be fair, you would have to beat Magnus, so it's pretty deserved.
Or Vishy. What do you think about if Sevian makes it to the semifinals again, to make him play Schenkland and then have the Sam semifinal?
That sounds fun. It might be hard to coordinate, but
yeah,
we can try.
No one said running prestigious tournaments where you change the rules all the time was easy.
Yeah.
This looks bad for white, doesn't it? Knight g5?
Yeah. It looks very dangerous and also very dangerous, yeah. But the engine does somehow hold it, but it's the way it does is very uncomfortable.
Grishuk finds it.
Yeah.
Needs rook h1 and then drop back.
Yeah, you do absolutely need to have access to rook h1, otherwise you probably just get mated. Yeah, this might not be that bad.
Well played, sir.
The engine at a certain point was very insistent. Like for a number of moves there, e65 was a very strong suggestion as a better thing to do, but Daniel didn't do it, and now there will not be any time for it. You just take, drop the... Yeah, he included d takes c4 so that white couldn't play f3 in this position, but it's not such an achievement. Because the bishop on d6 is just so strong. Controlling all the pawn breaks, controlling the b8 square, so you can't really join.
Rook c1 is nice. All the pilot moves, so everything's covered. But 39 seconds. Grishuk not that fast in this stretch. Playing extremely well, though. Bishop e7.
Yeah, things are kind of... Whoa. That's
nice.
That's a move of a man who wants to equalize a much better position because he's low on time, I guess. Because, yeah, he could have just started collecting. There was nothing wrong with queen takes a6. It's not like black has any threats.
Well, he's hoping for queen f3, queen h7 checkmate.
Didn't
happen.
Not going to happen, though.
It still looks better for white, at least easier to play. King g2, rook c1 and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
But time is a little low.
Yeah, it all equaled itself out, though. c5, c4, yeah, I don't know. I think this is a messy enough endgame. Bishop d4 is just a very painful threat, though. If you could play c3 here, you'd be okay, but bishop d4 just wins on the spot against it. And yeah, this no longer looks any good. Whoa.
Well, you could have taken on g7
yeah,
first,
I think the other version was stronger, but even this should, generally speaking, be quite a comfortable win. Just start pushing the g-pawn. I don't know why we're wasting time doing anything else.
G-pawn's here, but black is in time to
Yeah.
ask his own questions.
Whoa.
And G7
Whoa.
was a good
G7 or
mistake.
G7 was probably not the greatest.
Also cost time.
Mm.
No, he's gonna try again, but also that pawn is a goner. Yeah, he didn't have enough time here.
Yeah, who does the pre-moving better here is a very unclear question.
Daniel, Rook C5,
King C8, King C8 A5, yeah.
Yeah, Rook C5 is very good pre-moving because the rook can't move. Pinning the rook.
It can though. It wasn't pinned.
No, in the next move though. He left it there for
Yeah. Oh, and Grishuk asking for a break. Timeout called by Mr. Grishuk.
Yeah, it looks like Daniel is finally kind of warming up to his task.
Well, he got a dead loss rook end game and somehow won on time. It's not like this was smashing victory, but it counts.
Yeah, only -1 now, right? Six games in, so it's still very much a contest.
Nah, he lost the first 3.
He did lose the first 3, so we are now.
You just can't come back from that, even if he wins the next one.
We're watching potentially uncharted waters.
I don't like these breaks. What is it for? So they can go to the toilet? It's like, does Tour de France take breaks so players can go to the toilet?
What do they do in Tour de France?
They do whatever they have to do. Keep going.
Yeah. That's why they have those bottles, I think.
No, those are for drinking.
Chat says they just stop beside the road. Is that what you want?
Quite a spectacle. Yeah, this is probably why the crowds gather to watch Tour de France, because there's probably always a chance to observe nature at play.
I don't know. I've seen that documentary called Tour de Pharmacy, and I've seen other practices than stopping by the road. It's good documentary. There's Andy Samberg. It's recommended. It's not as good as 7 Days in Hell, which is the Wimbledon documentary.
Why is it called that?
7 Days in Hell? Because there was this epic match where they played for 7 days. A lot of rain breaks and so on. It's Andy Samberg versus Kit Haring.
Who is it actually?
It's literally Andy Samberg versus Kit Haring. It's not actually a documentary, if that's the part that confuses.
Ah, okay.
But it's good.
I'm gonna Google.
Highly recommended. 7 Days in Hell.
It's not how I usually see tennis.
How do you usually see tennis?
I don't know. There's usually grass, so it doesn't seem like hell.
Yeah, it's fair.
And when I say usually, I mean I only really watch Wimbledon, so I don't care about the others.
Understood. I only watched the MrDodgy Invitational. I don't care about the others either.
Yeah, sounds like a fantastic movie. Aaron Williams is considered the bad boy of tennis. He is the American orphan who was found on the streets and adopted by Richard Williams, who raised Aaron with his daughters, Venus and Serena Williams.
Yeah. Isn't this the Hans Niemann story?
No, it is not. But it is excellent. I genuinely highly recommend.
2 weeks before the 2001 Wimbledon starts, Poole is asked by a reporter if he's a better player than Williams. He says yes. This comment reaches Williams, who escapes prison and becomes a free man.
That's what I just said.
This is fantastic. I need to watch this.
It's good stuff.
This is great.
Are they ever going to continue? Are they
Nah.
already playing? What's going on here?
They've had enough.
Yeah. Stop the count.
Grishook was really milking that break.
Stop the count.
He's a professional. He doesn't want Daniel to gather too much momentum. So you lose to slow down a little. Although it looks like they've been playing. Maybe we just don't have the live game. In that case, someone get on it.
Someone?
Send your link.
Is that me?
I don't know. Is it? Okay. But it would be very weird if they stared at the screen such a focused manner without playing.
They're trying to fake us out.
Could be.
I think
it's a fake out.
They're creating additional drama.
No more drama, please.
It's like that trick where you try to force somebody into believing they're deaf by pretending to speak but not actually vocalizing the words.
Oh, we have a game. And we're off. They didn't play the last couple of minutes. That's amazing. Good old Catalan. Looks like Daniel will stick to his rook d1 line because he got a decent position last time around. A position to his liking, at least.
No?
A4, bishop d7. No, he's playing straight up this time. Now bishop f4 or bishop g5 is what people do. We'll get a good old theory battle. Should be 4 queen c1. Many moves here. h6, knight c6, you name it, it's a move. Monsieur Daniel goes e3. What's some weird position? Is this here where they play bishop b4, which looks stupid, but then you take and play h6 and say it's okay? But it might be here.
There was a very high profile game in that line, right? There was
Anisha, someone serious did this here. Yeah, that's bishop b4. He knew.
Ah, yeah, не помнишь against Alireza, yeah.
Candidates, yeah. Or was it?
No, that was in I'm guessing the Singfield Cup.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't candidates where the opponent won every game easily against Alireza, Singfield Cup, and they drew. Yeah,
or maybe the Rapid. Yeah,
was one of the I feel it was a Rapid game. Anyway, takes.
Yeah, because he did beat him in a Singfield Cup. Yeah, that was a Rapid game.
Looks weird to take first with this knight now being on prise.
Yeah, this is a kind of a strange move order.
Could even say bad, because now after bishop d3, these bishops are
specifically because of that,
alive.
I think, yeah. Because bishop d3, you can't play rook d1 because that straight up loses material to bishop e2, bishop takes f3. So you have to pin yourself with rook e1, and then none of your pieces have any moves.
Pin yourself and stop 91.
Yeah. But Sasha doesn't find it, so you can call it a bit of a bluff, and it seems to have paid off. Because now, I mean, black is probably okay, but he would have been.
Play f4 here? I'm always tempted to play f4, but it might be bad.
With the pawn on a3, I think it would have been a lot more tempting.
Yeah. It's too many jumps. Let's see what he does. Black is solid. Queen e7, knight b4, 6.
Yeah, very much depends on how easily black can actually move that knight away or push e5, because if you can play like queen c4, knight f3, rook c1, and just pin it to the c6 square, you will be better, I suppose, or knight e4, c5 even. But black does definitely threaten e6, e5 right now, so it has to be addressed.
What's the clock? Daniel's behind on the clock. Grishuk took the wind out of his sails with that long break. Daniel's playing very slowly. Position. That wasn't that complex. 94 on the board. Queen f5 hits the knight, and it retreats. He's trying to stop e5.
Yeah.
So it's d5 and e4.
But now knight b4 and c5 is going to be a very solid idea for black. So yeah, seems like black is at least completely safe and maybe even somewhat more comfortable. Because if you do achieve c5, that pawn on a4 is not a much of an achievement for.
Queen b1 looks like a good bailout. The king is also slightly weaker, the white king, so you don't want this queen poking around the light squares there.
Yeah.
Grishuk thinking about it. Could keep the queen on the board, but I guess the most normal move is to take.
Yeah. Take, and then you would like to sort of start pushing for c7, c5 immediately, but knight e4 still exists. So yeah, I'm not sure.
Neither is Alexander Grishuk. Getting some time back here, trying to figure it out.
Is there ever an argument for just keeping it on f5 and allowing white to take and saying, this way I will actually take away the e4 square from your knight? Just go rook ac8 or a5 or something, yeah.
Nimzo structure. Computer's not very fond of it, but it looks natural enough. But he's played queen a5, which was the computer's recommendation as well.
Yeah, this is very solid. It's going to be maybe sort of ever so slightly better for white, but
yeah,
very difficult to prove anything. This is still a no increment blitz game, though, so this is not like such an evaluation exists.
MrDodgy, with all the protests by players, fans, officials, are you considering to give them increment next time?
No.
Okay, excellent. Just checking you're not. I'm gonna cave.
I'm thinking of making it 3+0 next time.
It's not a bad idea.
But it's harder to commentate it on, I guess.
Yeah, but we're not really trying in 5-0 either, so
yeah, we've been basically ignoring the board for the entirety of this cast, so
that's
well, I mean, I have, but you guys have been trying at least.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
You still have much to learn, Dodgy. That statement shows me that you still have much to learn.
I do.
And it's definitely kind of warming up here because a5, we're continuing to offer the b2 pawn. It's not immediately obvious why you can't take. The Asians prefer breaking out with c7, c5, though.
Nah. Take the pawn.
Yeah, difficult move, I think, in a blitz game, because if it goes wrong, you probably are not going to be very happy with outcomes. Now why should be just, why should be quite a bit better? Yeah, I guess he was kind of it's aloof, but also in some lines like whoa.
G4, it's on brand, but it looks not in the spirit. Come on, Daniel.
Yeah, AB actually was giving him a large advantage. So I don't know why you don't do that. Because it pretty much forces black to recapture with the queen, and then you can play G4 if you want. because no pawn breaks in the center, and now you're really inviting c5.
Maybe two plate.
Mm-hmm.
We are below a minute.
Yeah.
This is the sudden death phase.
Mm-hmm.
Peter, do you see the movie Dodgeball?
Yes, you made me watch it, and I'm very grateful for it.
Next, I'm still looking for a way to have sudden death dodgeball, the most exciting form of competition. If there's something in chess that could be done, but it's tough. I guess Armageddon is the equivalent, but it's not the same. Anyway, as for the position, white now has a sturdy pawn structure, black has a passer. I guess black is fine. Queen c2 and
mm-hmm. I think Queen c2 is an important move here because you do want to pay attention to g5, and you having access to the g6 square. It's interesting that he just doesn't just go g5 there. Felt like a good moment to do it.
Also, Grisha is playing way too slowly. You have 20 seconds. He keeps thinking about every move forever.
Yeah, he's not playing well either. Like a 5 is very, very
loosening.
Loose. Yeah, like knight g3, h5 now, or I mean, yeah, this is also not bad, but it's not. It's not the
Daniel
best.
is having a bit of fancy play syndrome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just any
g4, knight g5.
Yeah,
he's still gonna win probably, but no, he's now behind on the clock.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, he might actually. Take
we might get the draw. Yeah, we might get a draw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was pretty much winning with almost any square on the board apart from g5. The funny part there was knight c3. Knight c3 I really liked. Knight takes c3, queen b7. Yeah,
this is very hard to visualize.
No, of course not. But knight g3 is just
this is what
I think you just always pick g3 here because like how do you even continue?
Yeah,
just with all the threats.
Weight game, a little shaky. I guess the tension, the dream of having that picture of Dodgy on a horse on your wall one day is getting to the players. This is sort of theory, d5, ed, and yada, yada, yada. Magnus recently played knight g6, but after c3 he suffered. b6 is another sideline. Daniel, well informed as always.
Yeah, trying to keep it away from mainline theory. d5 should be completely fine, and after ed5, I always felt that queen takes d5 was the most annoying move. I played this quite a bit with white at some point, and yeah, I always hated queen takes d5 the most.
See, now it's been clear why b6 would be more useful than c3, but I guess there's some point.
Yeah, bishop coming out to b7 as early as possible is good, and
white
very often. I think the larger point is that you kind of have to. Well, have to is strong, but you do play c3, c4 in these types of positions, so we've maybe saved the tempo.
Could be.
Compared at least to.
Then again, on the other line, you play bishop d7, you take here, and the pawn is still on b7. I'm not sure it's so much better on b6 with the bishop.
Yeah, it's
not being anchored, so it's whatever. It's a position.
It's just a position. Yeah.
White can also just take and do
here you probably
stuff.
Yeah, I think in this position you do. Yeah, c4 doesn't really. Whoa,
bishop c4. That's unheard of.
This is very unexpected.
This bishop was nicely placed there, covering g2.
Yeah, I mean, you've created the threat of knight takes e6, but pretty much every single move here solves
knight d4 stops that.
Yeah. I guess he thinks knight d4, queen d4, and like g7 is hanging, so you can't play bishop c5, but this looks very, very FPS-y.
Asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Daniel probably won't be shy to go bishop c5.
Yeah, bishop c5, queen g7, queen f6, I guess, is just very strong because there is a lot of threats.
Is there queen h4? Or
maybe even queen h4, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see queen h4, but it's much stronger, I suppose.
Yeah, queen h4 just wins.
Yeah, queen f6 is playable, but this just wins, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, if he spots it, he's just better. Yeah, because like your entire plan here was to stop bishop c5 from happening. You've more or less wasted a couple of moves. Not developing.
Grisha is such a classical player. To see him play bishop f1 c4 is very, very odd.
Yeah.
I mean, he had an idea, but it's Usually his field would not allow it to.
And there it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel not missing out on this opportunity.
Grishuk shaking his head.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a very unpleasant position now for white, because you
Just
play
down
something like
bunch of tempo.
Yeah, you might struggle to finish development properly, because like queen g4 seems like best, because you really need to stop queen h4 from happening. But then queen f6 and just castle long, and black's game just plays itself.
Are we headed for a 4-4?
That's how it looks like. Yeah, queen
G4
g4
played.
played. Yeah, I think queen f6 is very. It's not the only move, but it's the most natural thing.
Also been tempted by G3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, h5 not bad at all. Yeah.
Yep. 4-4. Still just not enough.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pity we know Grishuk's going to win. Sort of ruins the intrigue.
It will be very interesting if Daniel gets to 6-4 though.
I wants bishop g5 h4.
If Daniel gets to a 6-4 lead, then we know that Grishuk's going to win the last 3 games in a row.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Still not that obvious to me. Black has to find some way to.
Yeah, I think h5 was
going,
very
yeah.
logical, but in a way it helped white, because
Stop yourself.
Yeah, because without those moves, bishop takes f2 would have been possible in the end there, but now it's not. Yeah, black is still very comfortable, but yeah, I think this was much stronger, because here you just can't play bishop g5. And it makes a decent amount of difference. Now, if white gets 92-94, suddenly everything looks, if not rosy, then at the very least completely acceptable. So, yeah.
Also, what's he thinking about? He blitz on 92 and hope for the best? No. It's not
I guess
his style,
he's checking knight f4, maybe. I think he's trying to figure out if maybe he is losing somehow, but you're not, yeah. 92 is on the board, yeah.
Still anybody's game, this one.
Mm-hmm. I like sort of the idea of the move knight f6, but it's probably a bit too slow. But I like the idea of slipping knight e4, rerouting it towards g4. All of those things seem sensible, but I guess there's some tactical problem with it. Maybe b4 is just strong or something. And then rook e5 or whatever. I don't know. There must be something, because otherwise I think knight f6 is just extremely attractive here. Yeah. Before good, everything else very bad is basically the answer.
Knight f4 played and he goes knight e4.
Mm-hmm.
Also good reply. Using tactics. Bishop takes, but now bishop takes f4 and white got rid of the main enemy. His position is easy to play. Apparently also better according to the bar. b4 already winning.
And now white is winning by force in a very beautiful way, but I don't think it's.
This is too tough here.
Yeah, I mean, you might play before just to move the bishop away, but then spotting rook e4 wins on the spot is, I think, extremely difficult, because you have to see bishop g3 and then bishop e5, and
just don't think of it. And even here, like, how sure are you? Oh, this is checkmate.
Yeah, already hasn't been played very understandably, and I mean, he's still much better, but okay, not anymore.
Not anymore. He doesn't like taking pawns. We've seen this before.
Yeah, this has been a market improvement.
It's been a bar fight.
Mm-hmm. Queen h7 was supposedly much stronger than queen g4. I think it's very difficult to.
Well, you can try to take a pawn again.
Yeah.
What's the clock? Down to mid.
Yeah.
Grishuk. He lost a bit of mojo. He played much better in the first couple of games.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Chess.
He's still +1, right? So
yeah. No, I just mean by move quality.
No, I agree. I just wanted to check. I haven't lost the scores in my. Yeah, the score is actually on the screen. I don't know why. I just don't consult the screen. This is a very brave decision to go into this pawn ending, to be honest. Like, I'd be so scared.
Especially with black now, but
yeah. He didn't have much choice though. He really forced himself to do it, because you can't really give up the d file with the king back on f8. But yeah, like you're I mean, in Blitz you don't really care that much, but in a classical game I'd be so scared. I just sort of simplified into a lost pawn ending.
Also so hard to calculate. Now there are so many possible pawn formations.
Yeah.
But
I think these ones generally end up being a draw if played correctly. But yeah, it's a very scary proposition. They might just repeat though. Okay. Yeah, that's actually, well, he is, I think, correctly estimating that the queen side basically is killed off with this setup, so he can play g4 and try to push.
g6 is sturdy, but no, f5 only move.
Yeah, 5 only move that doesn't lose.
F5,
yeah,
but yeah, played and draw.
Yeah, and you can't make much progress for either side here.
f4, you're trying though.
Oh no, this is actually now a queen ending.
c5. Whoa, and Grishuk has 8 seconds. King d5.
Yeah, okay, this will
still a draw. Oh no!
Not anymore.
King d3.
Now he's not in time.
No, and you never flag against the queen here. Although Daniel allowing him to pre-move king h8, king h7 every single time is a bit surprising. But yeah, there's always the one moment where you can't go king h8.
Yeah.
Oof, that was unnecessary. Pretty sure was playing for a win. Now it's 4-4.
Yeah, especially from him, with him leading the match, he could have just continued repeating. And it's difficult to avoid repeating there for black. So even on 5 seconds, it's very likely the game would have just ended in threefold.
Back to the Catalan. And the next sideline being tested, bishop c6 and bishop g5. Daniel wasn't just gonna go establish theory. Although this is fairly established as well. This is a memory check, right? This bishop f6, bishop f6, knight c3, queen e8.
Supposed to just be a forced draw, which I wouldn't have been able to make, but even I know the evaluation.
Yeah. Sometimes good old memory check in Blitz, not so bad. Like queen e8. Does Sasha recall that? Yeah, he does. He knows. Of course, Daniel says just normal position, pawn down, Catalan. I'll play h4, see what happens.
Yeah, now with the pawn on g6, you already can start coming out, because knight g7 on most of the previous moves would have just been losing to knight g5 and then bishop takes c6. But once we've disconnected the queen on c2 from the pawn on h7, you can start developing, yeah.
This looks like a ridiculous position for white. You're pawn down, the opponent has bishops, you're not doing much. This is, even for Daniel standards, this looks a bit much.
Yeah, this is a legit gambit now. It's no longer...
No, this is just legit bad. Like, you can be a pawn down, but I'm not buying this one bit.
Honestly, I'm somewhat shocked by how much the engine doesn't absolutely scream its hatred of this. I would have assumed this, like you said, like it's borderline.
Yeah, to me, it looks like minus 120, but apparently it's not.
Precisely.
Well, it's growing. It's growing. Now it thinks white is better. Whoa. Okay, this is the standard thing you can take and regain the pawn with d5. Which, yeah, normally leads to simplifications.
You do have to cash it in though, because yeah, if you continue faffing about for one more move, I think it will not go well for you here.
Yep.
Yeah, and that line that Jan was talking about is about to appear on the board. We take on b5, we take on a8, we take on b5. Black goes queen a5, and yeah.
This is more or less known with, I think.
Mhm.
Bishop on f6 and the pawn's still back on h4 or h2 or somewhere. But no, Grishuk goes knight c5.
Yeah, knight c5 is an attempt to keep the game afloat, but I don't think black is necessarily better as an outcome. So maybe a bit too ambitious. Are you guys going to see Cocaine Bear? I'm considering it. Based on a true story, apparently, as well.
What's that, a movie, a dealer?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
It's a movie about a bear that like eats a full bag of cocaine and becomes more interested in life, more energized.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that movie. Paddington 3, yeah?
That's it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 28.
That's the one.
I want to see this movie. When is it out?
I think early 2023.
Ugh, we have to wait.
Maybe Christmas though. Yeah, I don't know. Let me check.
It does sound like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, definitely. No, it says 2023 film.
February. That's
Yeah,
a long time.
Executive producer, Cocaine. 93.
Yeah. No, this is quite sharp now. Yeah, with the material being.
I still like black.
Yeah, optically, you prefer black. But
Engine
the engine
disagrees.
Yeah.
Engine just saying, pawn here, idiot. I've told you many times. This is good.
Yeah. The title is also very on point, says Zorakaya. Yeah, they're not really, leaving much to the imagination with the title. They're basically telling you that, if you wanna see a movie about a bear on cocaine, where are your people?
Go watch Cocaine Bear.
Apparently, bishop f6 was much stronger than bishop h8, and I can even imagine why, because you're stopping the knight on f3 from moving anywhere because of bishop g5. And with a bishop on h8, the pawn on h6 is safe. So you can, for instance, play knight e1 right here, which should deal with that octopus on d3, but Daniel goes in the whole other direction.
It's technically a kraken on d3. It's a common.
Please, no more drug talk.
Sorry. What's the plural of octopus, Peter?
Octopuses.
Okay, that I'll accept. Do you have another one?
No.
All right. Octopodes is also correct. Octopi is wrong. Common mistake.
There are some articles which claim that octopodes is also wrong, yeah. I've been warned off of all the fun ones.
It's always a heated debate.
Yes. And we did get one bite in chat. One person did confidently opine that it's octopi. Which is good to see. Traditions being upheld.
Nah, Jan got a lot more bites the first time he did it.
Yeah, it's it's a common debate. But Peter said octopus. I had no choice. Do you think octopuses would be good blitz? They have 8 arms. Would they be allowed to press the clock with a different arm than they move the piece with?
No, we can
well, queen takes
use
g2
one at a
though.
time.
Oh, come on.
I would find this.
Me
Confidently.
too. Hashtag.
What is he
Very
thinking
tense.
about?
Very tense wait for this move to appear on the board.
Also, if you think about it, you normally haven't seen it.
Yeah.
What's he
I mean,
doing?
the longer he thinks here, the less likely he is to actually play it. He's completely fine after queen d8 or whatever, so he's not like
Yeah,
running
but
any.
he's very fine after queen g2.
Yeah.
Daniel has seen it. He's just trying to. Oh yeah, he's seen it.
Yeah, I think Daniel spotted it. Yeah.
Yeah, that giggle. I think he gives.
He doesn't
the game
have
away.
too much time for celebration, but yeah, that's. Ooh. The good news for Sasha is he doesn't know, so it's not going to tilt him yet.
Too much, yeah. 91 now, but like if you play 91 now, why aren't you playing queen takes g2? Yeah, that's
maybe now it's gonna dawn.
Nah, not judging by the. Yeah, he wins the h6 pawn, but it still becomes a click fest from here, I guess, right?
Yeah, and
so far I think Daniel has been more solid in the click fests, but we'll see. Maybe they just go rooks
faster. Not much faster. But yeah. Also, as a knight, always nice to have a knight in a click fest.
Yeah.
You don't bring a bishop to a knight fight.
Yeah, not much progress being made, but parity still being maintained on the clock, I think, is the most important thing. Queen e5, queen c4, and we go for another round. Another
round is basically this movie Cocaine Bear with humans and without cocaine, right? Maybe not. Sounded like a similar plot.
We were warned off that topic.
By whom?
Chat is.
By chat?
Yeah.
Chat has no jurisdiction here.
Yeah, chat is doing a very good collective impression of CP Countered right now.
Wow.
Have you ever read a book about cocaine?
Yes, I think. Oh,
come on.
4.5, 4.5.
Ooh. Queen g2, Mr. Grishuk.
I saw that they're making a horror movie based on Bambi.
It is basically a horror movie already, no?
Yeah, like you don't need to be making like it's a.
But this one is more of like a revenge movie. Like I don't think Bambi doesn't really get revenge.
It's like Hansel and Gretel Vampire Killer. That's an excellent movie.
Yeah. His library man says, "Have you ever read a book about cocaine?" Yes, only a few lines, which I think is a good effort by our esteemed chat member. Bambi as John Wick, says Lloyd8.
Yeah, I think that's basically the idea.
Bambi First Blood. Yeah. The return of the Bambi.
It's a good elevator pitch. It's the rate that's with Bambi.
Did the Winnie the Pooh horror movie come out? Because all these characters are like copyright free now.
Really?
Yeah.
All the Winnie the Pooh characters?
No, not all of them, but like Winnie the Pooh is, and now Bambi is.
Hasta la vista Bambi is also excellent, by the way.
I think it's called Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
I think
that's next year as well.
I think I've seen trailers, yeah.
All the good films are out next year. In February.
Sounds excellent.
Yeah.
I like it that they're all original movies, not just ridiculous pre-existing IP. Queen c5. Who's better and why? I guess it's equal.
Yeah. Feels like black is maybe ever so slightly better because the knight on c3 is a bit stupid, but yeah, I don't know.
The momentum is with Daniil.
Yeah.
Was down 3-0.
And he also knows he dodged a bit of a bullet in the previous one because he clearly spotted that he blundered a piece in one move there.
Yep.
Bambi 2 Cocaine Bear.
Mm. Yeah.
We first do the individual movies, and now we do Bambi versus Cocaine Bear. That's...
My money's on the Cocaine Bear.
I don't know yet. It might be a favorite.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on whether Bambi gets its paws on some weaponry. In a straight up fight, they aren't really in the same weight category. But if Bambi gets some hands, its paws on some gear. Pun not intended, apparently.
Bambi vs. Predator, also a movie I'd watch. Knight F4?
Knight F4 seems strange, but you can. I think he's trying to lure the queen to E5 and then go back to D5.
Yeah.
Catch it with a 4.
And run.
Yeah.
Maybe it's clever. He's behind on the clock again. He's probably just tired. Long day. They have to play chess in the middle of the night.
Cocaine Bear versus Predator.
That's not bad.
Apparently, there's a 1969 movie. Well, movie I think is a bit strong because it's like 1 minute and 39 seconds long. But there is something called Bambi Meets Godzilla, which I assumed was a recent abomination, but it was made in 1969. Which, I mean, The Summer of Love produced some very strange children. Apparently, it's a classic animated short by somebody called Marv Newland, who is it was listed as number 38 in the book The 50 Greatest Cartoons. I'll actually link it in chat. It's supposed to
please do. This all sounds very interesting.
Yes.
Why just link it? Maybe we should just watch it.
I am also watching it.
Yeah, me too now.
Oh, another draw. 5-5 to the wire.
Absolutely.
It's another break.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the breaks.
Do we need less breaks next year? Or fewer breaks?
I think it's fewer breaks. Yeah. It's
everyone's
a fun
fan.
mistake. Correct. Yeah, you know.
You know what happened to Stannis?
Stannis Baratheon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just bear it in mind when you correct someone.
Did Stannis correct people?
Yeah, that was the only thing he did for the whole series.
Yeah, he was a bit of a know-it-all.
Yeah. There's like 10 clips of him saying
fewer. Actually, it's fewer. Wasn't aware that was a thing.
I am now very tempted to Google whether this has any bearing, okay, any connection to reality as we know it.
What, the Stannis thing?
Yeah.
You can type in, I'm pretty sure you can type in Stannis fewer compilation on YouTube. I'm like 90% sure. There you go. Stannis the Grammar King.
That's my guy. The true ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. Fewer versus less. Learning grammar with Stannis the Menace. Okay, finally we learned something. I'll check that out.
I thought more people
Absolutely.
were aware of that, to be honest. I'm starting to
Yeah, I
realize
didn't know.
maybe it's just me.
All right. I guess it's time to plug stuff. Peter has chessable courses. I have chessable courses. Even Dodgy has chessable courses. You should buy them. Then you should go premium on Chess24. Then you should find other ways to, I don't know, spend money on chess. I guess that's the idea. Dodgy, is that?
Yeah, there's still
a
there's a Cyber Monday sale. I think on Chessable up to 60% off. I think your guys' courses are 60% off. Mine aren't, which is good because I'd prefer you to pay full price. Chess24 Premium still only $49. That's pretty cheap.
Sounds a bit cheap.
Too cheap.
Hundreds of videos.
Finally. You should go to CChess. By the way, I noticed that there is a tournament in Spain at the moment. Another big open. And Hans Niemann's playing.
Wow.
Okay.
And it finishes before CChess. And he's played the previous 2 editions of CChess. So maybe Hans will be there as well. That would make it much more exciting.
Very true.
I hope he goes to CChess. We can get some good interviews.
Yeah. I'm currently trying to figure out why my screen is saying that Poland is ahead of Mexico as the results stand. Probably shouldn't.
I know. Really... Daniel's just playing E3. Sideline here.
Looks logical enough, right?
Yeah, the point is after knight b7, you go here. And this looks ridiculous.
Peter, Los Cooper is telling you that they had less yellow cards.
Fewer. Do not be impugning Loz's good name. He would never say less in that sentence.
Here we go. Stakes is high.
Stakes is incredibly high. Yeah, this is a best of 2 now.
Yeah, no more holding back.
Or rather, maybe actually much more holding back than earlier, because they appear to be very restrained. That previous game was.
Bishop g6. So the white pawn is after bishop h5 here. You can't take because of rook c8. But you have this weight of queen e1. And it's not so simple. Knight d5 takes bishop a5. Turns out Daniil knows that as well. Queen e1. That's surprising. And rook c8 is falling into the trap. Now knight e2, also prepared by queen e1. And all of a sudden, there are threats. Knight f4, bishop f5. Bad position. This was
remarkably the best move here is g7, g5. Yeah, everything else is supposedly even worse, which is quite something.
Some serious lines being used in the MrDodgy Invitational 3.
Yeah. Can't really tell just how upset you are, but
stakes are high.
Yes.
And he's up 2 minutes. Has much better position. Is this it?
Yeah. Now he is going to be like massively better after bishop a5 and e4.
Are we rooting for Sasha now? The score is equal. Daniel's the momentum.
Yeah, that's what we claim
like
we will do. Yeah. I think we must keep our word.
Nah. Daniel's still behind. He lost the first 3.
That's true.
Well, I mean, we are pretending we don't know how this ends. And in the world where we don't know how this ends, Daniel has all the momentum and the better position.
That's true.
And twice the time.
And man with the shirt of a dog asks, can you, the two of you, talk over each other more?
Was that on purpose or not?
What?
What did you say his name was?
I embellished slightly. I have to say, I embellished ever so slightly.
That would be nice if someone appeared with that name today. I thought you were just still thinking about shirts and dogs.
I always am, yeah. Come on. If you're not thinking about dog's shirt, what are you doing on the internet?
Watching this.
Fair.
Porn.
That's what you do after, as well established.
Ugh, gross. C5 on the board. Doesn't look great, but at least black has no horrible pieces, so white still has to make something happen. Just DC, and yeah, maybe you can make the
Yeah, it's amazing that like DC, the engine gives like +2.5 to the move DC here. Like equal material. Yes, there's a bishop pair. It's mainly, I think, exactly that knight on b6. If it was on like c6, black would be maybe slightly better. Yeah, d5.
Take the bishop.
D5 preferred over it.
Also looks
fair. Yeah, which is an interesting choice because
oh, e5. This is once again Daniil being Daniil, going for e6. Scary as well.
Yeah.
Bishop d8 looks like a move you can make though.
Yeah, you feel like you have to because e6 is extremely damaging. Otherwise, you have to be able to take on e6 or play knight f6 or something. I guess you have to take on e6 if bishop d8. Whoa.
He goes g5, but that just allows knight takes.
Yeah. What is he planning after knight takes? Like
I guess takes and then bishop d8, but it doesn't look great.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's happening. E6 is crushing.
E6 apparently is E6 just wins on the spot because bishop a5
and you just recapture.
Yeah, EF and queen a. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That wasn't great by Sasha.
No, but he ran into stuff, and it's tough. Fe played. He's just losing material.
He will be an exchange down in the okay, now he'll get mated.
King down.
So sort of understandable, not deciding not to play a completely lost endgame, but yeah, now you just get mated.
Also bishop e4 picks up a bunch of material if you want that.
Yeah.
G6 takes.
I think queen h3 rook a1 is a bit too strong not to play.
It's a good choice to have.
Hey, yeah, no. 2 minutes, well, slightly less than 2 minutes, but still plenty of time to convert this. C8 is hanging, everything is hanging. Like you're just completely winning.
Yes, you just take, no? It's a rook.
Yeah, bishop takes a5. It's not a full rook, yeah. But yeah. It is a rook because queen a6. Yeah, I didn't see queen a6.
6-5.
Okay, so Sasha wins the last two, obviously.
This will be heartbreaking for Danny.
Yeah,
no, you can just,
so close.
Can just win this one. Then
draw the last.
Does he get white in the Armageddon?
Yeah, who's higher rated?
Daniel.
But not in classical, right? What rating is based on?
I think we're using blitz ratings. It's a blitz tournament.
Oh, okay. I don't know if going for the same position and then thinking for a while is the way where you gotta play something.
Yeah, it's not the most obvious choice. Although, I mean, what do you do?
Basically, Krishuk, Hanoi was completely dominant. He was up 3.5, but then he sort of collapsed. It's been
really kind of one-way traffic once Daniel started winning games.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, once again,
we
we come back to the position where queen takes g2 was an important move to have missed. Yeah.
Also, now he's spending a lot of time on every decision in the opening here.
Yeah, and
making not a good start.
Making the same ones again. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-oh. We're on the eve of disaster. But he's winning because he was up 3-0, so there's no reason to panic for the Grishuk fans.
Yeah. Don't panic in large letters on the cover.
Could have gotten this position with 5 minutes on the clock, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems... I mean, they actually had it in the previous game, right? Why I didn't move. And yeah, he is down 2 minutes. He's clearly a bit rattled by what happened after the very confident start.
Understandably. You can't just let your time run out here. It's tough to watch. I understand Grishuk and he's fast and all that. But we have plenty of evidence that it's not in his interest to have a massive time scramble or be down to 30 seconds when Daniil has time. Position itself, yeah, computer even says white is a bit better. It doesn't look like it, I would say. I test white, black is completely fine.
Yeah, as far as these positions go, this looks pretty okay. Yeah, and in order to prove anything at all, you have at some point to launch something on the king side. Otherwise, black is just structurally so solid that you're not going to even.
Yeah, you keep looking for something dynamic, and your clock keeps ticking down. Black makes all the obvious moves at tempo. This is just a bad spot.
Yeah.
Right. 2 minutes versus 4:30. But at least
he's trying something. Yeah, he's trying something here.
Nope, you didn't do it that time.
Sorry?
You didn't hit the button in time.
Oh, no, I didn't even try. Apologies.
Fair enough.
Yeah, knight d6 is a bit of a weird one. You didn't really have to.
Yeah, the knight already headed towards greener pastures. Still the best move, knight d7, but unlikely to happen now.
Yeah. Before quite logical. Actually generating a threat because you have rook takes c2 in the end there. Yeah, now I guess you actually do play knight d7 because you can even, you create an even larger threat than before.
Yeah, but he doesn't want the rook lingering.
Yeah.
e5 you can do, but also he has a minute 30. It's really not very tempting to play an endgame, even if it's mildly better. Now, that was... You can do it with increment, but in 5-0, you can't just give 2 minutes.
Yeah, away. If you had this position in 3 minutes, I would say that he finally got something.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be way too much of a time advantage. Yeah, rook g3. A bit of a kind of a panicky move because he could have just waited for the time being, like.
Yeah, and I guess e6 is in black's interest a bit. Stop any.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we want. I think we're just kind of making random moves and seeing if anything sticks, but yeah,
it's a much better approach than not making random moves and just starting the position.
Yeah.
Daniil taking some time, but he still has a big lead on the clock. It's big stakes. Is this your dream final, Magnus versus Daniil, MrDodgy?
I think either of these guys against Magnus is the dream final. Although
Yeah,
I
fair.
suppose technically it would be Magnus against Anish. That would be the dream.
Anish didn't play, so we would
That
need
made it harder.
Daniil to ask Anish to replace him, which I don't think is very likely.
Yeah, that's probably not happening.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Eh,
You never know.
I doubt it. F4
Yeah, things are finally starting
ain't
to happen,
over, by the way,
sort of.
because now, yeah. He still has a minute 17. You can finish an attack if you get one.
Yeah. The engine has been suggesting rook takes c4 for a while now, actually, which is a bit of a testament to
Bishops.
Yeah. How potentially
Actually,
unpleasant
6-way.
everything else is.
Yeah, it takes an e5, but time is running out.
Yeah. Can you see?
Oh, and he goes rook e3, allows rook c3, and it's over.
Yeah, if
oh, missed, but still over.
Still very, yeah. He had this one moment to play e5 there, which was pretty strong, and
he put himself under so much pressure on the clock that you will miss like stuff. Oof, that was tough to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, now rook c3 is basically
winning.
just an extra piece for black.
Should be spotted. Also, e5 is good, just dominating dragon style, but rook c3. Now he spots it, and this is it.
An impossible appears to have happened.
Not yet.
Something
it's likely.
Something we completely ruled out as even a.
Is that the greatest comeback in MDI history?
It is.
Or sports history?
Maybe in all of sports, but I don't know. Did we just say Sasha won the match anyway?
I don't think that's allowed. Unless you say it's first to 6.5 or 3-0.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting queen c5 here, even though ef5 black is like 2 pawns up for absolutely nothing. Queen c5. Yeah, and Sasha just resigns here.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, what a comeback! Very impressive.
Yeah, congrats to Daniil. Tough for Grishuk when he was up 3-0. But yeah, he lost the threat. Daniil hung in there. Congratulations to him. Gonna be quite a final.
Very exciting.
Magnus versus Dubov. They've played before, yeah. And Grishuk is not happy. He knows this is a prestigious event.
Absolutely. And this, of course, does count as a bit of a missed opportunity.
Yeah. Oof. We'll see if the victor or both players join this little show.
I'll leave you to experienced interviewers to handle the business.
Peter's so scared of interviews.
I am very scared.
It's Daniil and Grishuk. You've known them all your life.
Yes.
Tomorrow at an undisclosed time, there will be
a finals. I think we're being joined by both players now. Congratulations, Daniel.
Thank you.
It's a very exciting match.
Don't know. You know better.
You came back from a 3-0 deficit. That's the first time in the history of the MrDodgy Invitational.
Yeah, exactly. Like the bad news is that I was watching your stream of the first semifinal, and like you explained to everybody that 2-0 is anyone's match, and 3-0 you're dead.
Oh, you knew you were doomed, yes?
Yeah, I knew, yes. I thought, okay, now I'm drawing that.
And also, can you confirm that you asked Peter to play for you in the semifinals, and Peter said no?
Yeah. Well, Peter didn't say no exactly. He never says no.
He never says no, but he says, I have to check, dog, family, kids.
Yeah.
I actually did send him
the
a
dog
picture.
was there actually. Yeah, the dog was there. Yeah.
Because I was walking the dog when I got the offer, so I immediately sent him a dog picture as a kind of a reply. This is my reply.
No, but the thing is that
anything.
Like I had some schedule for today, and no one bothered to inform me that the match is rescheduled. And I mean, sure, I missed some random private message on Telegram, but in general, there were no letters or something. Yeah, so I was sort of tilted when like 5 minutes before the match, I thought would start. I realized no one is even like I even opened this Zoom link and no one was there, and I was like, what's going on?
Are you criticizing the organization of the prestigious MrDodgy Invitational that I was told will start on Monday the 28th, and then I got a text on Friday, hey, we're starting in 2 hours. Are you ready?
Yeah. This is
I gave you way more than 2 hours notice.
That's true. It was like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like in the middle of something, and then I was like, I had to go find dinner and so on. I don't know.
So
that was mostly my fault.
Like the rescheduling, Peter coldly letting you down. Did Peter apologize at least?
As far as I remember, he didn't actually.
Wow.
I mean, he probably thought it's not his fault for some reason. Yeah, but
that shouldn't stop him from apologizing.
Yeah, but then I don't know.
Peter is now very happy he stuck around for the interviews.
Oh yeah.
I actually think when you know Peter for like more than 10 years, he stops apologizing all the time. This is my impression.
No, privately, I've never seen him apologize for anything. It's all part of his act on camera.
Yeah, exactly. Like after this apologizing, he has a private conversation and he starts,
Yeah. Well, if you have a private conversation, you might just say, "Stop talking to me. We're off the air."
No, but this is actually the story of how I met Peter, because I was 16, I guess, and we played this Russian super final, and I was young and stupid, and I thought like all the super grandmasters are super intelligent, polite, and so on. And then we played the game and we discussed it briefly, and I think like one of the first 5 words Peter said was it wouldn't make it to the books, I guess. And I was like, wow, they're actually humans too, sort of.
Sort of.
But I must say,
only sort of. Yeah.
Yeah. But I must say, this is probably also as the last time I heard this from Peter.
That certainly isn't true.
Yeah, Queen takes G2 was there. Yeah, Sasha was.
You spotted that, yeah. Your face gave it away, but only after Queen D8. Before you kept a good poker face.
Yeah, no, but also I thought as long as he keeps thinking I'm in good shape, sort of. Yeah, if you see it, you don't check it 3 times.
But after this, it was hard to think you wouldn't win the match. If he misses Queen G2 and you get the boost.
Yeah, but Queen G2 was already with the even score, no?
I think this was 4-4 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Sasha actually did a very good job in terms of preparation. Like I don't know if he was if he was really preparing for this specific match, or is that the way he remembers stuff in general. But first 3-4 games, I was just failing to get out of the opening with both covers.
Yeah, it was very impressive stuff and some long.
Yeah, but this I think
this
I think in general how you should counter this stupid people like me. Yeah, if they play all the sharp lines and pretend to sort of remember everything, and one time you just learn it by heart, and then you go there and you clearly find out. I don't even know what the next move is.
Yeah, okay. But
Yeah,
this was a
very...
big turning point. No, you were in trouble, and then somehow both sides had 5 seconds, and boom.
Yeah, but yeah, I think in
we're
general,
winning earlier. But...
yeah, I think in general this was my best game. Like, I mean, there was this time scramble where where I was losing, but in general, the way I played before it all started, I think was decent. Like here, it should be very bad for black. Yeah, but then this, I mean, E5 happens, you're both down to 20 seconds. What can you do now? Maybe you can say, yeah, bishop before I missed completely. Yeah. So, I mean, even without bishop before, some knight h5, he could play basically any move. It would be, I mean, it would be just a coin toss anyway. I guess even sometimes actually, like in the time scramble, getting a decent position from a completely lost one actually hurts. Like when you're dead lost, you just play moves, and suddenly you get a chance. Suddenly you get a chance, and you start thinking, yeah, and then you are like, yeah, I'm probably winning. Queen h4 is there, knight h3 is there, and you, I mean, most of the chess players can fight this stupid desire to calculate a little.
Yeah, it became a pre-move fest. How do you do it? If you have like 4 seconds, you just pre-move the next check, or can you calculate something? How does it work?
I mean, here exactly, I think you just play what you sort of I mean, the move you see, you play, yeah. But
yeah,
this is, I think, the equality of good players in general. Is that normally, as the first move that crosses your mind is decent on average. I was actually like checking. I was like check, and then I was like, oh no, he goes king d1, and I don't have a check. And then I realized rook d2 is there. Then during the next game, I realized rook a1 is also decent. And also probably I'm winning if I don't even move. But in this time scramble, this rook d2 felt very critical. Otherwise, I could have been flagged. It was actually strange. Like I always feel like an underdog at this time scrambles, but yeah, in this match I must say I was super lucky. I want this rook ending for completely no reason as well.
Yeah, it was always close. Like you always had 1 second and Grishuk flagged, but I think you won. You won the big ones. But in general, yeah, you were down 3-0, and then the rest of the way was what, 7-2. Like, did you start playing better? Alexander started playing worse? Bit of both? What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I think first of all, I started getting out of the openings.
Right.
And secondly, nothing really happened. Actually, as the games I won, they were not exactly, you know, master classes. I mean, okay, when you flag the guy, it's not, I mean, okay, it could have been 5-0 as well. So yeah, I don't know. Now, I think this game is Catalan was decent, and this is where this 5-fold time control. Yeah, this is actually brilliant. This Queen e1, knight e2. It's like funny. The line I played after e3. Like this is strictly the only point. So it's basically you need this combination of moves from black, and then it works. Black has like 10 ways to equalize. I think I actually wanted one Norwegian guy to play it, but I was told that okay, like you'll never be this lucky.
Yeah, it looks
like
it looks mildly familiar, this stuff, but yeah, black of course has a million moves, but it worked beautifully. You got an edge, and you were up 2 minutes, no? Like,
yeah, and I mean also this like e5 knight f4 stuff was kind of nice. I mean, I always feel like in these matches you just play, I mean, you try to play normal, it never works, and then you just start playing as the moves that cross your mind in the first second, and then it leads somewhere, or it doesn't, but yeah. But I was lucky to finally recall this line in the Dragon, where at least you don't lose in 20 moves normally. I think I played it against Sasha in one of the Magnus events, and it also went smoothly for me.
No, I think Gilfand played it against me once.
But I also played this against you, no?
No.
We had this draw, like I was maybe slightly better at then, but somehow draw was good for both or something.
No, it was rook e8 f4.
Was it? Okay, maybe. And then I took and played d6, or what? How did we?
No, you played g6, queen f3. Okay, those knights eventually exchanged. And
Okay, I see. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Alexander, you had a big lead, then it fell apart a little. Are you disappointed? Yes, of course, we're very disappointed. Those games I lost, it was very stupid because we were entering time scrambles with my slide, but okay, like 2-3 seconds advantage, and I managed to lose almost every time. So, I mean, pawn endgame is inexcusable to lose.
Yeah, pawn endgame was impressive, I must say. Yeah, that is true.
And rook endgame even more so.
Yeah, also there was b5, yeah, at some point, I guess. I mean, first of all, here there is king d3, but you were playing for the win, yeah, or something. Or
no, I wanted to win, yes, but without any justification.
Yeah. No, I think in general those pawn endings are drawn, as far as I know. This 4 against 3 and 3 against 2 is normally a draw.
I didn't check much, but yeah, computer is not too jumpy. But yeah, that must have been somewhat tilting. What are you guys doing tonight? Is that still football to watch, or did we miss everything? Right.
I'm pretty sure we did, no?
Could be. Since they just finished, yeah.
Yeah, it's all just finished. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like partly that's why I was tilted because of this late start. But yeah, okay, whatever.
Just blame MrDodgy, and I'm sure you'll negotiate a great starting time with Magnus tomorrow. It's late. Thank you so much for joining this prestigious event, Daniel. Best of luck in the finals, Sasha.
Yeah, but I'm not sure I will play actually.
No, you can try to nominate Peter, but he'll find an excuse.
Yeah, I mean we'll have to negotiate, but it could all end up in some Matlakoftari or whatever.
That could be interesting. Or Howell should come back. Howell Tari.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we'll see.
Okay. Tomorrow at an undisclosed time with undisclosed players. Stay tuned for the final of the MrDodgy Invitational. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks very much, guys. Cheers.
All right. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Okay. Good night, everyone. Bye.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, and welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Enjoy 12 days of chess heaven at the Chessable Sunway Sieges International Chess Festival. Escape to the sun this December and take part in the spectacular Chessable Sunway Chess Festival situated in Sitges, near Barcelona. Play alongside top GMs including Ivanchuk, Isipenko, Ariban, and more. 10-round open tournaments with over 27,000 euros in prizes. Chess lectures from GMs most days, beer tasting plus sushi, pizza, paella, and cocktail masterclasses. World Cup watch parties, table tennis, table football, and blitz chess tournaments. Even better, Chessable Pro members play for free. You can find out more by going to Sunway Siege's website. Visit chessable.com/Sunway.
It's time to take control of your journey towards chess mastery. Magnus Carlsen introduces Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Move Trainer uses the science of spaced repetition to identify your strengths and eliminate your weaknesses. There's no need to set up a board, remember which page you're on, or keep track of all the moves you miss. Move Trainer empowers you to go from the opening to the end game with confidence. It's a seamless, effective, and fun way to study chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses, including over 100 free courses. Get expert insights from International Master John Bartholomew, Grandmaster Sam Shankland, International Master Christoph Silecki, Grandmaster Simon Williams, World Champion Magnus Carlsen, and hundreds of other instructors. Get started now and join our growing community of over 100,000 chess enthusiasts at chessable.com. Chessable. Take control. Chessable, the definitive solution for studying chess. Choose from one of the largest online chess libraries in the world, with hundreds of titles ranging from classic books through to our exclusive Chessable courses.
I'm ahead of the game. Remember who am I? I'm a boss and I'm honestly off my rocker, but follow me, I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of the game. I'm only ever slinging, I'm working overtime. Got the song and I'm the singer, the melody, the vibe. I'm a prodigy, logically, I'm impossibly wanted, but they'll remember my name. They'll remember my name. Ooh, well, I'm ahead now. I'm ahead of the game.
Welcome, everybody.
My name is Jan Gustafsson, former world chess champion.
Are starting a new course here for Chessable.
A very special Chessable course.
Master your chess with Judith Polgar.
You know what? I learned a lot.